Hey, Jason Williams here with Ironclad Underwriting, and a lot of you probably wondering how I dip my toe into real estate investing. Well, if you've seen any of my previous recordings, I did some on coaches and mentors, and yeah, you don't have to pay for mentors. You don't have to pay. Some mentors, some coaches are in your network already, you just don't know about it. Some of them you do know about. Use those as references. My first mentor that I didn't pay is my dad. My dad helped me buy my first real estate investment. This was back in 2003. So before the housing collapse, before all the loans changed, he helped me get a loan for a house. He co-signed. I was able to get a loan for the house, a regular mortgage, and then I was also able to get a loan for the down payment. You really can't do that nowadays. So really, I did not come out of pocket at all for that first investment. My dad helped co-sign that down payment loan for me. And what ended up happening is, I still have that house. It's over in Lubbock where I went to school. I was living there when I was at Texas Tech. I was fixing it up as I could. Put new garage doors in, fix a chimney, do some work on the fence and yard. So I did a lot of work while I was living there. But when I was living there, I knew right off the bat that it was going to be my first rental property. And so when I graduated, I moved away and I turned it into a rental property. He still needed some rehab after he left, make it ready for rent. Because when you're living there, you can get by with a lot of stuff that you can't get by with if you're renting it to somebody else. So we brought it up to standards, and what's really neat about it is the whole time I'm building up equity, the renters are paying me for rent, which is building up equity because I'm paying down the loan, and over time it appreciates in value. So what happens is I'm building up equity, I'm paying down the loan, and then I do a cash out refinance, which if you're not familiar with that, is I get to pull the equity out of it and I have a bigger loan on it. But get this, the rent has been increasing over the years, so the rent can still cover the larger debt service or the bigger loan. But I'm able to pull out a big chunk of cash that I can go and buy another or two houses with, which is what I did. I bought some new houses, this time in my local town in Wichita Falls. I have quite a few single families here. I have that one in Lubbock. I have one or a few in Gatesville and Waco. And you've probably heard this before, called the BRRRR method. It's where you buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and then repeat. So every time you refinance, you pull money out, you buy a new property. I'm not saying go buy a house, refinance it, pull all the equity out and go on vacation, buy a new car or anything like that. No, I'm saying buy a new property. That way you have two cash flowing properties, and then you start getting the snowball effect. This is where it really starts to scale. You still need a handful of them to get going, but if you start off like that, you can get going pretty well. Now, so we bought our first house in 2003, and 2017 is when I first learned about apartment syndication and using other people's money to buy real estate. Since then, that's all we've been doing is syndication and multifamily. And so that's my path. If you're interested in learning more, you can look me up, whatever platform you're viewing this on. You can always go to my website, ironcladunderwriting.com. And if you're interested in learning about underwriting and running the numbers on properties, feel free to schedule a call with me and we can work something out. Again, this is Jason Williams with Ironclad Underwriting, and I'll catch you next time.